I want to go over some of the really, really good titles that are going to be for cuddle time and just kind of those really one-on-one moments with our little kids in our lives. Whether we're aunts, uncles, grandparents, parents, whatever it is so important that we are growing the love of reading in the kids that we have around us. And the fact is, sadly, as kids grow around 4th grade, the love of reading plummets. And that's actually the age that parents and other people stop reading to the kids that are in their lives. So the growing love of reading is going to be making sure that we enrich and we nourish those amazing bonds that books bring with us, with our kids. So I want to go over the really good ones that I specifically like in my household as far as those really good cuddle moments. And this one is Where Happiness Lives, and there is a matching stuffed animal that you can also order with this book. I strongly encourage you, something about being able to have your kid cuddle up with a stuffed animal and they can even reenact the story, and it just grows the storytelling, grows all that kind of love of reading, even with just a stuffed animal that they're able to cuddle with and kind of reenact and everything. Where Happiness Lives is going to be similar to A Peek Inside as far as there's cutouts throughout the pages, and there is like lift the flap, so like through here you can see into the next page. And then it has some, bigger cutouts that, you're able to flap and, lift and all that kind of stuff. And this one is really cute as far as it talks about how no matter where you live, whether you live in a small house, a big house, it just matters about who's in that house with you and just growing that, sweet relationship as well. And then another really good one that if you have any Usborne books, or Kane Miller or any of those, you've probably heard of Nibbles. Once again, you can also purchase a stuffed animal to go with this as well. And we also have a Nibbles dinosaur, and Nibbles is really good. He's actually a book monster, so you're able to really read this book aloud. And, he's going to be eating books throughout the story, and the kids love it. They're even able to track his little footprints and see where he is. So he's just nibbling all across these books. And then you get to, so this one would be, Goldilocks and Three Bears. So he ends up eating into her story and all that kind of stuff. Kids really like this. It's a perfect read aloud. And once again, all those cuddle moments, those moments matter. And these books are able to just kind of help you grow the love of that. This one is really good for personalizing books for your child. So with this one, you're able to put whatever name that you want to. So like if your kid's name is Casey, which is what mine is, or if you have multiple kids, you could put 2 names in there. That's what I did. But so you can do, all that kind of stuff. And then as you read the story to them, it would be, hey, Casey wasn't afraid, not one bit. I'll go investigate. So as you get to read this one, it has your child in the story. So for this one, they love to be able to see their name, be able to, really interact with the story. So this one saves the day, and this is a really good read aloud for cuddle moments and all that kind of stuff. So if you don't have that one, I would encourage that one. This one is Dragon Post. We have one more in this series as well. And as you read this book, the kids really love this because as you go throughout the story, you're able to get little letters from actually the people that he's writing about his pet dragon. So this one is really cool, and the kids love to be able to, pull things out, look all that and just kind of really investigate stuff like that. Another really cute read aloud, there's actually 3 in this series. There's the crab, the owl, and then I'm trying to remember there's one more as well. And as you read this book, this is Owl, it's going to tell you, hey, oops, quickly draw a big round moon. So you're able to be interactive with the book with your child. And then as you go throughout, it's going to be like, hey, what's the matter with Owl? Then you're going to read it, or it could say, hey, tilt the book this way or pull it this way. So this one is once again really interactive. And yes, this one does have a little owl that you can grab with that too. As you can tell, my daughters love to have the stuffed animal with the book. It really, just kind of gives them something tangible to cuddle with and all that kind of stuff. Another good read aloud, it's going to be Tale of Two Beasts. So as you read this story, you're going to go through the perspective of her. So in her mind, she's helping the little squirrel and, little fox guy. Anyway, so in her mind, she's helping him. And then when you keep going throughout the story, you're going to see his perspective. And the fact is that he wasn't ever actually needed to be saved in the first place. In his mind, he was kidnapped, he was taken. It's a really good story for those conversations on perspective. How maybe your child's seeing it some way, maybe let's look about it a different way. So this is really good for, all those kind of conversationals, and have them think, like, let's think about this a little differently. So this one is awesome as well for read alouds. The other one that one of my daughters, I don't know, she wanted to end up reading this over and over and over again. So it's funny to see the books that your kid really is attached to. And maybe you actually originally thought that. This is the book without a story. So as you read it, this book, his name is actually Dusty, he has no idea what his book is about, because no kids actually has ever read him before. Then as you go through it, so there's little Dusty, he has no clue what kind of book he is. And as you read the story, finally someone ends up reading him and he gets to find out what kind of story he is. So this one is really cute about just kind of finding your place and finding who you are. And another really good read aloud. My younger one, she was more drawn to this one, and this one is Bears Don't Read. So as you go throughout, this bear just wants to read a book. That's all he really wants. But, everyone tells him that he can't. So as you go throughout, then, he gets to read the book. So this one is also a really cute read aloud as well. Reading aloud is so important in our kids' lives. So maybe one of these really stuck out to you as far as would be a great book for you to read aloud to your child. And they are just really amazing, and treasure those moments with your little ones.